Ruse Radio.
Well, I mean, it's like one of those things where you see there are people who are good at like do as I say but not as I do type of deal. Like I've seen doctors who smoke cigarettes. Doesn't mean they're not a good doctor.
Nurses have smoke breaks all the time. You just have to smoke
job.
outside the parking lot. It's always funny to me to see nurses smoking outside the parking lot. You see them in their
scrubs, cold day. Yeah.
What an image that is, you know?
I know. We had a personal trainer in high school that smoked cigarettes. But yeah, they just, they'll probably tell you, hey, don't do this shit. Smoking's bad. I know it's bad, but I have a stressful job and I like to have a cigarette here or there.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not a good doctor, is my point.
Of course.
So just because there's a therapist who's like, twice divorced doesn't mean that they can't give you good advice to help you, make better life choices.
But there are red flags.
Definitely. Yeah. Like you said earlier, there's plenty of shitty ones too, just like any job.
The 2 divorces is just the beginning. Just keep an eye out. That's all I'm saying. Just make sure to listen closely to your therapist once you find out certain. Some people, it's almost like, having bad friends. It's like you shouldn't take advice from certain people.
Right? No, that's true too. I thought my therapist had dandruff once, but I think it was just the way the camera looks. I'm like, does that dandruff on her shoulder? I can't go to someone who can't clean their own scalp.
Start to think about them a little bit more. Yeah. But really with friends, like that one, I've learned that one the tough way a lot of times. Like I've learned I'm really nice to people. I always have good faith in people. And so like, you got to reflect on that a little bit. You got to be a therapist a little bit. Look at your friends and be like, well, am I just being too nice here? Because it's easy. It's very easy to be really to give your friends extra credit. When like in comedy or in music, I'm talking like doing creative things. I'll see a lot of people who just do not have like the standards that I wish they had. Like I know they could do so much better if they tried harder, and it's like that kind of thing, where it's just you just see that and that is what it is. And it makes me think, would I take advice from that person? Like if that person were to give me like advice about what I should do with my music or my podcast or my art or whatever, like how valid is that advice? Because it's tough. So a broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah, that's true. I've had some people who,
I've had random people
give you good advice and you're like, wow, where'd you come up with that nugget of information? You should say that to yourself sometime.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And friendship's a crazy thing, it's interesting meeting different people and seeing how they look at their friendships, because I've always been a pretty loyal friend and I've been a forgiving friend. So when you meet people who don't have that, it throws you off a little bit,
Yeah.
And then there are some people who just care so much about what their friends think that it could hold them back in a sense. So it's like, look, you love these people, and it's good to care what they think because you love them so much, but don't let what you think they might think hold you back from any potential happiness or any, something that could change your life in a good way.
Yeah.
I've seen that from people before too, where it's like, my friends might think this. Well, who gives a shit? You think they're going to stop being your friends because of that? And if so, then they were never that good of friends to begin with.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, it's like a codependent relationship, though. That's kind of what it becomes. Like, you can't do certain things without your friends agreeing. That is a weird place to be. I've never thought that way. So that's actually, like, wild to me that people really do. But they do.
Yeah, they do?
Yeah, they do all the time. It's probably the more common thing is to be worried about what your friends think and worried about what everybody's thinking.
Oh, yeah, we're different.
Yeah, there's something wrong with us.
Probably
what it is.
We're
You're in therapy. I should be.
But no, I know but I think we're right in a lot of ways too.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we're bad friends.
Yeah.
It just means I've got a life to live too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that healthy to be like, what are my friends going to think? What are my friends going to think? What do you think?
Right.
Go from there. You could ask their opinion, but if you feel strongly that you need to do a thing, fuck what your friends might think.
Yeah.
Like I said before, it's not like, luckily, the vast majority of friends I've had in my life, whenever I've had a thought that they might not like a thing, they've stuck by me, which means I chose the right people. And if they didn't, then fine. Okay, well, let's talk about it or whatever. I can't even think of real examples, but, these situations arise from time to time. It's like I had a friend who was telling me that another friend of his was going to forgive him. And I'm like, he did something stupid, I think. Nothing like crazy, but And then I was like, all right, well, tell him that you value forgiveness in a friend. So the fact that he won't forgive you, then just let it go. And he goes, that's true. I actually do value forgiveness in a friend. And the fact that he won't forgive me, maybe I am better off. I'm like, yeah, maybe.
Interesting. And that's what he said to him, I hope. That would be the right thing to say.
Well,
right.
You should talk it out. I feel like hopefully I'm not coming off as someone who's making friendship to be this thing that's easily dismissed. It's not. Friendship's great.
Yeah.
And if you have great friends, do whatever you can to hold on to them, value them, be grateful for them.
Well, you have to have boundaries, right? Like
yeah,
you have
like
to
in
have
anything,
like
you have to have boundaries, sure.
yeah, you have to it's like if your friends just constantly do things that you wouldn't like if your friend does something they don't apologize, and that's a pattern in your friendship. You can't just let your friend step all over you all the time. Is that really your friend? At a certain point, is that your friend? Yeah,
100%.
And you could know them for years and years and years. Like people change. That's the crazy part. That could just come out of nowhere with some people.
People change. I lost a pretty good friend, a guy I was really tight with for a while. And I moved to LA. I lived in LA from 2014 to 2017. And while I was there, we would text every now and then and stuff like that. When I'd come home, we met up a few times, like when I was coming back for a weekend to visit. And then I moved back, and my oldest son was born in LA. And I moved back when he was like 3 months old. And I was back for like a month or two, and I hadn't seen him yet. And a few friends of mine were like, "Oh, I ran into so-and-so. He's a little upset that you haven't hit him up." And I'm like, "What?" Well, if you see him again, tell him to hit me up, because I just moved back across the country with an infant. His fingers aren't broken. He has no responsibilities in his life. Single guy, 1-bedroom apartment. Tell him to hit me up, okay? I'm doing a lot of shit right now. And then he never did, and then I never hit him up, and I go, all right, that was fine. That's fine. That's how that, were we both being petty? Perhaps. But if that's how that ends, that's how that ends.
Yeah.
I felt like I did nothing wrong. He was just expecting me to hit him up, when it's like, all right, man, if you miss me that much, you could also send out a text. It goes both ways.
And people are weird about that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm on the extreme where I feel like if I don't message you back, if I don't text you back, like you shouldn't even take those things personally, because it's like you have no clue what's going on in my life. Like, do you really expect me to message you back every time? Because people will get upset about that. They'll be like, you must be ignoring me. Like, you definitely were posting on social media. You never messaged me. It's like, you have no idea. Like, how could you possibly get upset about those kinds of things? And, like, I've had, like, moments where people have actually gotten mad at me, and I've said exactly that. Like, are you crazy? Like, do you have any idea? Like, you don't even know. Like, and people will get mad. They'll be like, it's almost like there's this expectation, like, for you to constantly be able to respond or be there and all that. And, it's like, you can't be. You really can't be.
No, yeah, you can't be.
Yeah, and, like, even if you're good friends. Like, I think, like, the really good friendship, if you're really good friends, especially with guys, it's like, oh, bro, we haven't seen each other in years. It's just great to see you, and you just talk like you've talked years ago. That's usually how the ideal.
Usually how it goes. Yeah, I
not,
love that. That's
how
best.
it should be.
Absolutely, how it should be.
I haven't talked to you in a year and a half. Your kid can talk all of a sudden, and we're talking one more time, and we're talking for like 5 hours, and it's just like it always was. That should be like a great friendship.
That should be it. Yeah, I have a few of those, and I fucking love them. They're the best. But what you were saying too, people, you don't know what other people are going through.
Yeah, right.
I don't think as human beings we give each other enough grace for things, which is funny to me, because we're in this era where everyone's pushing mental health. We have to be better with our mental health, be better with our mental health. But then I don't think people care about it as much as they say. I think they just like to say that they do, as opposed to actually putting it in practice.
Been too long, I don't think I could face it. In the corner with my mask on. What's the story? It did do no good to waste it. 30